Tea Talk, the best radio show. Spilling the tea with Ashley, me. Tea Talk, the best radio show. Spilling the...
Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year. It's 2015.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to disclose the date, but we're well into 2015 by now.
Yes.
However, Happy New Year. There hasn't been a Tea Talk since 2014.
I know. Oh, this is the first Tea Talk of this year.
Uh-huh.
That just sounds so special.
What if we're lying? What if we recorded this in 2014 and we just didn't release it?
That would be the most useless lie ever.
I don't know. Any press is good press.
Okay.
So yeah, the holidays happened.
They did.
And I don't know, my holidays were pretty, I want to say average, but they weren't, but they were to me.
Mine were something. There was a baby.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, so both our birthdays are really close to the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's the 20th of December.
I'm not telling you in mine. No, I'm just kidding. Mine's on the 18th of December.
Right, because you had to, like, come before me in something.
Well, technically, you're still before me.
Well, yeah, a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, my birthday plans got canceled because the baby was coming out of someone's vagina. Was that too much?
So the secret's out. Jake's been pregnant for the last...
Yeah. We were actually filming a show called 23 and Pregnant, but I turned 24 on the day, so it was really confusing. They had to change everything.
Yeah. So it got canceled during shooting of the show, which is unprecedented. Like, during the shooting, producers were like, I'm sorry, we're canceling this show. It's not going to pick up. We thought it was. It wasn't. I guess people are just not interested in a pregnant guy if he's 24. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I was 23, it was fine. But, when you turn 24, things just change.
I mean, 23 was a stretch already, because you got to be under 20 to be on TV and have people watch you.
I feel like that age is getting sooner. It's like the next big thing. 13 and pregnant.
That is so sad. That is such a sad forecast for our future. But yeah, though, like every generation does everything quicker.
Yeah.
Like my nephew has a girlfriend over Facebook. He's fucking 10 or 11. I don't care.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
goodness. And she goes over to like whenever he's getting out of school, like she waits like across the street and like brings him candy or something. And I'm like, oh, fuck. He's having a relationship at 11 years old.
And he's getting candy.
I know. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of my nephew. I wish somebody brought me candy after school.
Right?
Nobody loved me that early in life except my parents, sort of. Well, my mom, mostly. So, yeah, holidays happen. You had a new addition to your family.
Mm-hmm. I'm an uncle now.
Congrats.
Thank you.
In 10 years, you're going to be jealous that he has a relationship. Welcome to my life. So, yeah, we spent our holidays with our families, right?
Yeah.
We did.
I had to take a little break from, Second Life and stuff for the most part.
I didn't.
Like, I didn't make anything. I had to drop events and stuff, but it was good.
I kept it going. I kept working because I only spent Christmas with my family, and then the they went away for New Year's, and I didn't join them.
Oh.
Because I'm a loner.
I wish my family went away. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's bittersweet because obviously I miss them, but it's like cool to have like some time for yourself. It just sucks that it's the New Year's. Yeah. Actually, yeah, like my mom kept texting me, and at some point she was like, "You should be here." She was like sad and sorry that she went, and I was like, "It's okay, don't be sad. Like, have a good time, and like just don't leave next year. We'll be together."
Oh, that sounds so beautiful. We'll be together next year.
Yeah, I mean, if we're alive, because
dun, dun, dun.
Every Christmas is last Christmas. Shout out to Doctor Who, holla, Whovians.
Yeah.
Hey, we just gained 2 listeners. Hey, what's up? What's up, Whovians? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah. I watched Kathy and Anderson Cooper on New Year's.
I didn't. I saw clips of it though.
Yeah.
It was hilarious as usual.
Yeah. She wore fur. Joan's fur.
Yeah, it was a tribute to Joan.
Mm-hmm. So all the haters for her wearing real fur.
She had to like apologize, but she was like, "It's old anyway. Like, it's not like they killed a new animal. This is from like."
It's an old animal.
Yeah, this is from like 200 years ago when Joan was young.
Oh.
So, well, speaking of Joan, and I miss her. I don't know. Should we reflect on 2014 a little bit? It was kind of like a roller coaster of a year.
I'm trying to think of good things.
Too. Well, Fancy Decor was created, and so was Garbaggio.
Those are 2 great things. I'm trying to think what else though. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess
I wouldn't say great. I would say we're happy with Garbaggio and Fancy Decor. I'm gonna let people decide if it's great or not. I mean, Fancy Decor is great. I can say it.
Well, Garbaggio is great. I can say it.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Which is tooted each other's horns somehow, if that's an expression even.
It is.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of a year, both like personally and like worldwide events. Mm-hmm. It was crazy, and to be honest, personally, I'm kind of glad it's over. I know it's kind of like bullshit, because at the same time, I'm like, well, it's just like a year doesn't really change anything. It's like time is just a thing that keeps happening. It shouldn't really change anything. That it's just a different year. And it's just a measure of whatever. Too deep. It's but yeah, it's cool to feel like you're starting like a new thing, clean slate.
Yeah.
Okay, like let's be optimistic. This year's gonna be cool, even cooler, because 2014 was still cool.
Yeah.
It's it's life. Sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's shitty, but you just take the happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you learn from the shitty. That's I guess, I don't know, a New Year's resolution. I don't really do those. Do you have any?
Yes. Oh, am I supposed to say what it is?
Yeah.
Well, you better make one up, because I'm not going to be the only one here. Mine is so cliche, and I think like something like, I'm going to make up a number, like 75% of all people probably have this resolution.
I probably had the same one. Go ahead.
I am resolving to go to the gym almost every day of the week.
Same. Well, not really. I'm not going to a gym. I'm doing something much more embarrassing, which is I'm doing workout videos at home, okay? It's out of the bag.
I feel so much better. But what
like
is it? What is it that makes
a
workout
weight
videos?
lifted on my shoulders.
What makes workout videos so much more embarrassing than any other kind of workout?
Well, I think it's just like if you were to have like an out of body experience and you were to like watch yourself like watching a screen and like mimicking what they're doing in the hopes of looking like the people in the video or at least lose a couple pounds.
But why is it more embarrassing than like going to a class where you're doing it with other people?
Well, I think it's the loneliness factor.
But when you're with
It's
other
just-
people, it should be more embarrassing because there's all those people watching you, maybe, possibly.
Right, that's the thing. Like, I spent a week with Sebastian and it didn't work out, and I'm still kicking myself for it. But I started again now that I'm back home by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't think anybody can see me working out. I don't. It can't happen. Nobody can see me doing that. Like, not even myself. Like, I take off my glasses so I don't see myself in the mirror. I don't.
God. Oh,
No one can. Oh, are you okay?
where's my phone?
Oh, okay. Is your phone okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Like, the only being in this world that saw me doing it is my dog. And she looks at me weird when I'm doing it. And she kind of like she stares at me for a minute and she's like, oh, you're doing that again. And she walks away. She goes to another room. It's really funny how she leaves the room.
So cute.
She's like, oh, nobody wants to see that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's like a funny image because I feel like, you know, if I were to see me, I was like, oh, you're sweaty and you're still kind of fat. I don't think I'm fat. I think I'm obviously gay fat and Hollywood fat, but I don't care about either of those.
Yeah, I don't even like that term. The whole gay thing. I'm just like, ugh.
It's a thing though. Like, I don't like it either, but it exists.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care necessarily. I do care for my appearance, obviously, because I'm a shallow person. But I just, I want to be healthier. I want to be able to walk more than 10 blocks and don't feel like my legs are going numb and I'm going to die.
I have a numb leg. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's probably due to smoking too. And I'm not even like a hardcore smoker, but I'm a very like, I don't know. I don't move my ass out of this chair much.
Yeah. I totally understand the being embarrassed and like no one can see. Because, you know, I was doing yoga. Pretty image to imagine. And when I would do it at home, I had to make sure no one was there. So I roll my mat out, you know, in the living room. And as soon as I hear that garage door or the dogs bark, I'm like, oh, I roll that mat up and I'm like running to my, oh, I wasn't doing anything. Hey, what's up?
Namaste. No, well, I mean, what motivated me to start it is because my parents were away for New Year's. So I was like, okay, nobody's going to come in. I'm going to be completely alone. No one can see me. I'm just going to start working out. And that was it. And then now I keep doing it. I just lower my blinds and lock the door.
Like you're doing some horrible thing.
Yeah. But, well, it looks horrible, but it's a good thing.
I'm just imagining this right now, and it's really funny.
I don't allow you to imagine. That image cannot exist in anybody's mind. No, but okay, the important thing to me is that I did it for like 2 weeks in a row, and I felt better. I don't know, better. Yeah, better. I felt different. Yeah. I felt more active. Like whenever I would be standing, I would like feel like energy. I felt like I could move.
Well, good.
Whereas like normally I'm just continuously overwhelmed by life and I don't want to move. But yeah, working out helped that. It's
Working
like,
out is a miracle.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of hate it, but love it at the same time.
Well, that's working out for you.
Like I kind of like I hate it when I get when you feel it when your muscles are pulling and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, ugh, now I want it to end. I need water. But
water.
And obviously, because you're working this like watching the dumbass workout videos, the guy's like, "Come on, you're doing great." And I'm like, I don't think you know how I'm doing right now.
Well, it could be worse. You could be watching Richard Simmons videos.
Oh no,
you could be sweating to the oldies.
I'm not, but like still the guy's like, "Oh, you're doing great. Look, you're getting abs." And I'm like, I don't think
I don't think it works that way.
I don't think I am getting abs over 30 minutes of cardio, but sure. Which that's what I'm doing, by the way, which I kind of think it's nothing, but it did make a difference. Like a daily 30 minutes of cardio.
It's proven.
Made a world of difference to me. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, it also helps, with body image issues. I'm not actually as shallow as I just said a minute ago. And I'm like, I don't care, like everybody's beautiful and every size and shape. But I have moments when I'm like, oh, I feel fat.
Yeah, I understand though. It's like, you would just feel so much better about yourself if, just a couple more pounds or something,
Or it's like, this shirt used to be loose.
Yeah.
These pants used to button up. What happened there? Damn,
when
cleaners.
You start seeing results, it is so rewarding.
Well, I know. It's like I grabbed some pants that I hadn't worn in a while and that used to not fit, and they did fit, like they buttoned up, and I was like, oh shit.
Yay.
Like, miracles.
Yeah. It really is a magical miracle.
Yeah, and it's really just standing up and like moving for a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just go back to my normal lifestyle of lying down and sitting down.
Yeah. And see, okay, so I have done like videos like you have before. Uh-huh. And sometimes I think those might actually be better because they keep you engaged. You're watching something, Whereas if you like what I do is I go to the gym, I get on elliptical, and it's like the same thing for like however long I'm there.
My ideal working out scenario would be actually having like an elliptical or a treadmill at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just do that for like an hour.
Yeah. They're great for podcasts, by the way.
And what?
They're great for podcasts, listening to a podcast while you're doing the elliptical,
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, like I would listen to a podcast or like any music I like, or like I watch a show or whatever, and like I would be in total control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't have to pay for a membership.
Yeah, I was looking at buying an elliptical too, so I could cancel my membership, but they're too expensive.
It's like, machines, equipment is expensive, and also like I have the room for it, but it would be annoying.
Yeah.
And I just don't do it. But the workout video thing, it's been working for me.
Good.
But that's the one thing I kind of don't like is I get bored of watching the same video over and over again, every day. That's why I wish I could be like, watching a show or doing something else. Because when I do those things, when I do like sit down and watch a show, I feel like I wish I was doing something. I wish I had like a treadmill or something that I could be like at least walking or moving as I'm doing that. I don't know if it's this like new generation of technology and multitasking, but
you still can. Like you could like do jumping jacks or jog in place and watch a show.
Yeah, but it's not the same as if
vigorously jog in place for 30 minutes and you will feel it. Trust me.
Oh no, I mean I know, but I would have to, to like get a routine that I memorize and can do.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's, but yeah, I get that feeling. Like, if I just sit down and watch a show, I feel useless. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I'm wasting time of my life watching the show. And it's like, it's not like that. It's not a bad thing to sit down and watch a show.
Yeah.
Even binge watch a show is okay, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I've been getting that feeling lately.
I understand.
But
it's like they have those desks, now where you can put your like computer at a treadmill.
Yeah, I wish I had one of those.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be kind of cool.
It's like you could just all that time, like we're modeling or something on 3DS, we could be walking.
I don't know if I could do something as elaborate as that as I'm walking.
I would try at least.
I would.
The quality of my decor might go down.
I would give it
I'm just imagining what it would look like right now.
Started making decorative blocks. That's all I sell now because I make them when I'm walking.
Oh my god.
You would just make chairs all the time because you wish you were sitting down.
Oh my god.
Okay, but speaking of fancy decor, sorry to change the subject, Ho. I have here on my list of subjects. You moved fancy decor to Foxwood.
I did. It was such a great change. Woo. Before I was in a skybox on some random scary land. Like you don't want to see what was on the ground of that land. But
Foxwood is still scary though.
Ash invited me to have my store at Foxwood on the ground.
Yeah, well, for those of you guys that are listening and don't know twat about Second Life, or me, maybe you know Second Life, but you don't know us. I rent a region. It's called Foxwood, and that's where I've had my store for years. And yeah, I had recently cleared up resources, and I had the space for Jake to be there, and I was like, well, just come out.
Come on over, decor.
Sure. We did that over New Year's, or
yeah.
I think it was right before New Year's or Christmas.
Yeah, I think it was before Christmas.
Yeah, it was the nightmare before Christmas.
I think it was like early December-ish.
Yeah. So that happened.
Yeah. And I really like it. I really like it.
It was exciting. I guess we don't sound excited about it right now because it's already happened.
Yeah, it kind of happened a while ago now.
But just to update you guys, that happened.
Yes. Come check it out and walk over to Garbaggio.
Yes. Yes, right across. Right across the little path.
And make sure you have your graphics turned up because it's really pretty.
It is. Thank you. Yeah, I changed it up a bit. I like to redecorate every once in a while.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that happened, and you've been able to witness the crazy that happens in my region sometimes.
But really though.
Some crazy people pop in sometimes.
It's fun though. It's fun to watch them.
Yeah, no. Yeah, some just really out of place people show up. I've seen a kid avatar that would just stand in a corner.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, I remember that other one that it was also a kid avatar, I think, and she had like 3 pigs attached to her.
Yes.
And she would stand next to our cow, because I have a cow.
It must be a barnyard animal thing.
So she would like stand next to it. She had like a group tag that said she was a hobo or something.
What?
So I guess, yeah.
Wow.
Like she was homeless? role playing as a homeless girl with 3 pigs, 3 little
that just
piggies.
sounds so ridiculous.
Well, it's Second Life though. Everybody feels their fantasy.
Oh my god.
That's what Second Life is for, and I'm like I applaud them, but I'm also gonna shamefully giggle at them, as I'm sure people giggle at me.
Surely.
I mean, come on, there's plenty to giggle at. Okay. I have a very hot topic here.
Ooh, okay. What is
Gacha machines.
Oh, those things.
For people who don't know what a gacha machine is, it's kind of like a gumball machine in real life that you put like your quarter in and you get like a random piece of gum, and you get a random flavor. You can't pick it; it just comes out. So that concept is an SL, and like designers, it became really popular due to an event that is based solely on gacha machines called the arcade. I don't know if anybody heard of that. Surely they did. So it became like the rage, and soon after there were like 300 gacha events, and everybody has gachas at their stores. And it's basically you pay a certain amount of limits to a machine and you get a random prize. And there's rare prizes that you have less chances of getting. And so, yeah, what people do is they make really cool rare. So you play a million times and they get rich. So they've been really hot throughout the whole year, 2014. And people are saying that maybe this year they could go away because they're over it.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people complaining about it. They're like, oh, another gacha. But you know what? They sure do play it.
They do, though.
They do. They're like, oh, I had to play this gacha like 10,000 times to get what I want. I hate it. Like, you didn't have to.
I think that's the thing. I don't think people like to play gachas. It's just that really good creators make gacha machines, and people really want those items. So they have no choice whatsoever but to play that gacha machine. And I think that's how it got started, because the arcade gathered like really good creators. So like all the items were really cool, and everybody wanted to get them, and that's how it happened. But that obviously it happens, and there's always knockoffs and low rent versions. I'm not saying we endorse the arcade though. I'm not like defending the arcade as the original gacha place.
Oh yeah, no, they were.
And
before.
Also, like, actually, I feel like gacha machines existed before the arcade, and that's
they did.
That's how they got the idea. But yeah, it happens in SL. They're great creators. Then there's creators like me and Jake, and then there's and then there's even worse ones. And yeah, people complain that sometimes like the common prizes are like the same thing in like different colors, and like the rare is like amazing, which I'm guilty of doing. I haven't made too many gacha machines, but I made a couple, and I have made it kind of like that. Like commons are like pretty regular, and then like the rare would be like a fat pack with like 20 extra colors or something.
Yeah. But that's just how it is. The rare needs to be enticing. That's the whole aspect of it.
It's the idea, but yeah, people just complain that it's like a get rich quick scheme, and I think you can tell. I think you can tell when people are just trying to get rich, and when people are just going along with it.
Right.
I was going along with it.
I mean, I think some items are meant to be in a gacha. Like if you're gonna make something that's gonna have 50 different colors and like I think it's easier to just put it in a gacha machine than to have 50 different colors rezzed out at your store for people to I want this color.
Yeah, and also like things that are not like that, like I don't know, it's like tiny accessories or like tiny cute things, or like my case, like I made coffee cups, and I'm like, you're not going to go buy a coffee cup, but you will play a gacha if it's like 20 lemons.
Yeah. And that's another thing. The price for the machines usually are much cheaper than if you were to go just buy something.
Uh-huh.
And they're also transfer, which means depending.
You can trade.
Yeah, you can trade. Well, I think the first idea was for them to, trade your stuff with your friends. But people do these things called yard sales, and they just resell the stuff.
Yeah.
Which is, it's another way.
Money.
It's another way for you to. No, I'm recording. I can't just stop.
I'm sorry, I didn't
But
mean to.
it's fine.
Do you have a blow thing that blows your keyboard?
Right there.
Do you know how to use it? I don't know.
You
how
just
to use
squeeze it like that.
And I squeeze it into the keyboard and it blows everything out.
Mhm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and you can keep it out there. Don't come back in here. I'm gonna be recording for a while.
You just hurt my feelings.
Okay.
Say sorry to her.
No.
You just hurt her feelings.
She always says that. Oh, that's getting cut out, right?
I don't know who's editing. Our editors will see to it.
What were we talking? Oh, yeah. So that's another way for people to get what they want from the machine without having to play it so many times. You can wait until someone resells it. Although usually those rares, depending on the creator, are like 1,000, 500. 500 to 1,000. It's crazy.
Well, numbers, prices, that's what people were complaining about, that creators now make gacha machines and like the price to play each time is like 100 lemons. And it's like, okay, now it's not
Right.
Now it's not a little cute machine anymore.
Right.
But
100 is
like,
a lot for a gacha, in my opinion.
like the idea was kind of like those machines, you put a quarter in and you get like a cute prize, and maybe if you're really lucky you get a really cool prize. But yeah, they started going, it started around like 20, 25, which is kind of what I keep mine at.
Mm-hmm.
But then it went to like 50, and okay, you can get away with that. And 60 and 75, and now it's 100, 150. And I feel like, sure, I mean, they make more elaborate things. Like sometimes I've seen like vehicle ones, like working vehicles.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you want to charge a little more, but don't make it a gacha. Just make it full price and sell it. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm in between. I feel like the gacha craziness should go away. That like everything is a gacha.
I agree with that. I don't think everything should be a gacha, because I know there are some designers, I won't say any, who used to make stuff, but now they only do gacha for, big events. Mm-hmm. But I also feel like I still think it's fun. Like, I mean, I don't go out to like gacha things and spend tons of money, but I like to see like little collections of things that go together, because that's another thing about gacha. You're not just gonna have random stuff in there. Everything is themed and kind of goes with the machine. Right,
but at the same time, I don't know if I love that too much. Because, like, for example, I've seen no hate towards you because you have a furniture store, but there, like, a couple of furniture places, they would make like a whole a room set, like living room set or like bedroom set, and like all the items are separate prices. And for example, I don't know, like a little lamp would be like common and the bed would be rare. But it's like, I would rather like just buy a set instead of playing a gacha 1,000 times till I get the whole set. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think it works with furniture. Like, there's a reason you can't fit furniture inside a machine. I think it should.
But it does work because people buy that stuff like crazy.
It works for the creators.
Apparently it works for the consumer too, because people buy that stuff like crazy. Not for me, because I don't have any machines like that. But you do go to yard sales and you see that stuff everywhere. And some of them, the rare is a whole house. Like,
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, but
Yeah, they do that sometimes. Like the rare is a building, and then the commons are like furniture you can put inside that building.
Yeah.
It works for them. Like,
I think to me it's
kudos
just
to them, but it's just the last year the products to gachas ratio or whatever.
That's right.
Like it changed dramatically. Like it was like 10 gachas per product, And I feel like stores should kind of go back to like having more products than gacha machines.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think if you have more gacha machines than actual products in your store, then there's something not in balance there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. We just have a gacha machine store. You just have like an arcade place.
But you also have to remember there are people who love that. There are people. I know that it seems like a lot of people hate gacha, but there are groups called We Love Gacha, and it has like thousands of people in it.
Well, there's a lot of groups in Second Life, Jake, and we can go by what all those groups love.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a huge following for gachas, and I know there's a huge following who hate gachas too, and you can't please everyone, so I guess if you make an even balance, then it's good.
Oh yeah, but there's a reason those people love gachas, and that's because there's really great creators making great prizes.
Yeah.
At great rates. I don't think the other kind of people that make like, I don't know, like a sock and then make it into a gacha. Like, oh, socks gacha.
Yeah.
Get different ones. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're just all members of the SL Illuminati. The ones that are successful.
I don't think they're going anywhere. Definitely not this year. I mean, if you look at it, I think the arcade this past round had 2 regions. If I recall right. They had like 2 different regions you could teleport to. Like that's how big they got. And I don't think it's going to go down from there.
Well, I don't think the arcade is going to go away. I think what should go away is other things.
Yeah, I don't think every event should be a gacha event.
Again, like not to sound like I'm pro arcade or anything, because I've actually never gone there and never even played a machine there.
Really?
I think I did go there, but I've never played a machine at the arcade, and I never got anything from the arcade, so I'm clearly not a supporter or a consumer. And but it's not that I'm against it either. I'm just indifferent. Yeah. Like I don't care, but I admire the business model that they put up, and I can see it's successful and it works. But I don't know. It's like, well, it's kind of like what happens with like TV shows when one TV show is successful and then like all the other networks get like the same TV show with a different name.
Yeah.
And it's suddenly all the same.
Yeah.
It's the following it creates, and it's like, okay, it's working for some people, not for everybody. It's yeah.
Well, you have 2 choices. If you like what's in the machine, you play it. If you don't, actually there's like 3 choices. If you like what's in the machine, play it, get what you want. If you like what's in the machine but you don't want to play it, don't play it, and you just don't get it even if you wanted it. And I guess that's kind of crappy. Or just don't play it. I don't those are really stupid, but I don't understand. I mean,
I'm sure you have a point.
Somewhere. It's not making sense even to me right now. Hold on. Let me I think it comes down to not putting all your eggs in one basket. Yeah, don't just do gacha machines, because that is annoying. But I think if you're a good designer, you have a few gacha machines, it can be fun. It's like, okay.
I get it.
Let me try this.
I get it when it was the rage of it and when it became hugely popular. I get the opportunity that everybody took, and I was like, okay, people love gacha right now. Let's all have gachas. But I think it's been a long enough while that they can just put it to rest.
Yeah, well, we'll see if that happens.
Like, I'm not saying it's going away.
Right.
I'm just saying it's like, okay, now, like, can't you just like release a collection?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially like I don't like hair gachas or like clothing. It's like, eh.
Clothing, yeah. Even though I have some. Well.
I mean, I have gachas for like bags and accessories.
Yeah.
But I guess that's kind of like on a gray area. But clothing and hair, it's like, what if, like, I know it sounds stupid, but if you always wear blonde as in your avatar, and you want a hair from the gacha machine, but then you play it and you get the brunette and the ginger, and then and I was like,
yeah, that is a little, you can't just use the first one that comes out. I mean, you can, but you're gonna make a pretty drastic change to your avatar.
What am I gonna do with this wig? I just feel like it's really frustrating for those.
Yeah, but I think the good machines are the ones where if you play it once, you'll still be happy. Okay, so with mine, I made it to where, you can play it once, you're going to get something that's not totally unusable. Like the ones where, like they had one, I don't want to pinpoint any out, but if you get one, you kind of need all the rest of them to go together.
It's your show, though. You can plug your own store.
Oh, no. I was talking about another store. No, mine,
okay.
I have like the Dreamcatcher gacha. Yeah, you can play it. You're going to get a Dreamcatcher, and it might be in a color, some color, and it's still a Dreamcatcher. You don't need like something to go with it that you would still have to play for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The question is, gacha machines, yay or nay? You guys, listeners, you can feel free to let us know your opinion on the subject.
Yes.
I'm obviously saying kind of nay. And Jay's kind of saying yay.
I'm not yay or nay. I'm like, it is what it is. Just another way to sell something.
You're like, yeah, nay.
I'm like, yeah.
You're nay, yay.
I feel like some items work really well on a gacha machine. That's all.
The ones that I really like are the ones that are like cutesy stuff, like cutesy like plushies or pets or like, like drinks, not to plug my coffee cups, but there are other things, like there's like food ones and stuff that I've seen, and I'm like, those are cute because you wouldn't normally go like if you had a store that sold drinks and food, like you probably wouldn't get in business, but as a gacha machine, like it spices it up. It's like, ooh, it's fun.
Yeah, and like I said, I think some things just work better in a gacha. Like if I tried to sell all those dream catchers, I'd have like a wall full of dream catchers. But I don't want to do that. It's like,
yeah, or the ones that you made the virtual pet ones.
Oh yeah, the Tamagotchas.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's really cute, and it would make sense for those to be in like a gacha machine because it's like a little toy.
Yeah, and I mean, it does have a fat pack HUD, but I don't know. It's different, like because you have the different options. You have either the keychain or the necklace. It's like,
yeah, I mean, I think it's justified. I'm obviously biased, but I like it. I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah, gotchas. We'll see what happens.
Okay, the next thing I have written down here. My petty grudge against more successful people.
Oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna say about that. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, this is just me acknowledging that I'm human and that I have hateful thoughts. I think every human has them, but yes. I don't think they define me. I don't think I'm a hateful person. I don't think anybody is entirely hateful or loveful. Is that a word?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't think anybody's entirely positive and entirely negative, but we have those things, you know, nobody's like poly perfect.
We all have our demons.
And I do feel like sometimes, I wouldn't say it's jealousy, but sometimes I'm like, well, why is that bitch doing better? I'm busting my ass. But I feel like it's like a regular human feeling that, like a nasty, civilized human feeling that everybody gets in any aspect of life, like from when you're in school until you're at work, and like you're always gonna be looking at the grass being greener somewhere else, and you don't know, that person could be busting their ass, but sometimes it doesn't look like they're busting their ass in your eyes, and you're like, I'm busting my ass more. Yeah. But that's self-biased opinion. And yeah, sometimes I just feel that way, and like I know it's not, I don't know if it's right or wrong. I just know it's not positive to feel that, but I acknowledge it. I feel nasty things. Yeah, sometimes.
I think my nasty things are a little bit worse than yours, because mine tend to be a little bit more on with the jealous undertones. It's like I look at something and I'm like, oh my god, that's so good. I hate them. Why is it so good? Why is your stuff so good?
No, I get that too. Like I see a lot of other creators and I'm like, fuck them. Why are they so fucking talented?
As I buy it.
I don't buy it because I'm cheap, but I'm do admire it.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm buying this, but oh, it's so good, I hate them.
Right, I hate that I'm giving you money and you're so talented. Go to hell. It's like a positive hate.
Yeah, it's like a flattering hate.
I don't think that's a thing, but
it is though. Yeah. It's like, I hate you. You're so good.
I guess
but it's not a true hate though. I don't truly hate.
No, yeah, I do. I do want them to drop dead and stop making cute things.
Oh, wow. You just took it a step further.
Well, maybe not drop dead, but maybe they, like, I don't know. Their computer could break. Oops, you lost all your files. And it wouldn't matter because it would start from scratch and it would be even better, probably. I hate them.
They would rise from the ashes like a phoenix.
Yeah, fuck them. Well, but at the same time, maybe, well, and this is a very positive way to look at it, maybe there's other people feeling the same way about me and about you.
Maybe.
So,
I like to think that.
I don't like to think it. I'm not that full of myself.
I hate you now.
I know. Well, I've hated you at times, and I told you, I'm like, oh, you're doing so great right now. I hate you. I'm not doing great.
Oh, I thought you said you were joking. Wow. Well, coming from the person who had like 50 people in her store today.
Yeah, to grab a freebie. I got no reward from that.
I'm pretty sure someone played that gacha machine.
Oh, great. I got 25 lemons, and I'm very thankful for every single one of those because every lemon counts.
Yes, indeed.
But
that's like 2 texture uploads and half.
Yes, and it is important. I know I sound like I'm full of shit. It is important.
It is.
But yeah, sometimes I'll be in a funk and I won't be selling shit, and I'm like, like, because it's this reassuring thought that I'm like, okay, I'm not selling. Nobody else is selling right now. The market is down. But it's like, no, other people aren't selling. Other people continue to be successful. And you're not right now. But that's okay. Yeah, it's just coming to peace with it.
Yeah. It feels so good though when you have those moments where you really are selling. It makes the past seem like, oh, I worry for nothing.
But like, I feel kind of empty when I get those because whenever I'm doing great, like then one day I'll make like an amazing amount of sales, and I'm like, okay, this is not
forever.
permanent.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thought. Like when I see the numbers, instead of being happy, I'm just like, well, this is not going to happen tomorrow, you know? And it's like, fuck, why do I have to feel that way? But it's just, I don't know if it's human nature or it's like the nature of how we are right now because of this internet, this hate-filled internet era. But yeah, that's just how I automatically think. And then I kick myself. I'm like, no, be happy. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. I know that feeling.
We don't allow ourselves to enjoy. It's just like I do well, and I just think, oh, well, there are people that are doing better.
Yeah,
and I'm
but
like,
there's always going to be people that are doing better.
Right. I'm like, fuck that, brain. Why do you have to work that way? Why can't you be happy for what you have? And like, I'm generally that way. Like what I feel like I genuinely feel is that I'm happy with whatever I get and whatever I'm getting for the work that I'm doing. I always feel like I do get rewarded when I work hard. And I don't really, like, it doesn't really matter to me how other people are doing unless they're my friends. And of course, I care that they're doing well. But it shouldn't really matter to anybody how everybody else is doing with their business because it's business.
But it is so understandable to get frustrated, though. Like, when you find out a huge designer on the grid who probably, you know, makes an ungodly amount every day, started using templates. And you know they're still probably making bank on that. And you're like, I'm over here making, you know, original mesh. And yeah.
Yeah, that's another dirty feeling that I get sometimes. I'm saying dirty like it's bad, not dirty like sexy.
Yeah. Real quick though, I want to make a difference between templates and like having mesh made for you.
Well, because people that have mesh made for them are paying an important amount of money for that. So I feel like it's justified. But some people get a template off of the marketplace for like 200 lindens and they go and make bank somewhere at some event.
And I wasn't going to name names, but I'm talking about Redgrave. Like, they're one of the biggest designers on the grid. Okay, maybe not the biggest designers, but everyone knows who Redgrave is. Like, they probably...
Yeah, like, every basic bitch has a Redgrave skin.
Right. Like, everyone's probably bought something at some point in their second life.
I've never bought anything from Redgrave.
Well, you probably know everyone who has. Anyway, but they probably, you know, they're very successful. But they have been using templates. The kind you can get on Marketplace, anyone can get.
Yeah, they got put on blast in some places.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. I was just like, wow, really? Oh my gosh. But, you know, I think it's normal for us to feel frustrated about that.
Right, but yeah, that's who I get. And I'm not talking about the Redgrave thing because we just saw that today.
Yeah.
But it's like a nasty thought that I get sometimes, and I know it's not positive, and I know it's whatever, and it's their business, not mine. But I do get like a petty grudge, as I wrote down on my notes, when I know for facts that people are not really working at all, basically, on their quote unquote creations, and I know for a fact that they're doing very well. It's like, I don't know, and I get it sometimes when I'm like, sometimes a friend will show me like a funny marketplace item, like, I don't know, like like a butt plug with a unicorn or something.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, that is so ridiculous and gross and funny, and they probably make a lot more money than I do. And that's what I think every time like that I see that I'm like browsing the marketplace, that you see the side ads for like a dog penis, and you're like, they probably are so rich off of that dog penis. And I'm here trying to make something that I feel like is artistically genuine because I'm a stuck-up bitch. I'm a fucking fashion snob. which I'm not a fashionista at all. But, you always think that the thing that you're making is elevated.
Yeah.
Everybody does at some point. Then after you're done with it, then you hate it because that's the reflex, For creators, you really believe in what you're doing, and then once it's done and it's out there and people love it, you're like, oh, that's shit. I should make something better. It's the struggle for creative people.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to go crazy.
But yeah, it's like, and sometimes they're entitled. I know it's very entitled of me to feel that way, but sometimes those people are so entitled over that. Like, they're like super entitled over their dog penises. And I'm like, girl, don't take yourself that seriously. You're making dog penis. And it sounds like I have a problem with someone that made a dog penis, but no, I'm just using it as an example of a product that is ridiculous to me. Yeah. But probably a lot of people are consuming it, and because the internet, basically. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I hate entitledness, but I know it's hypocritical because I'm being entitled when I get a garage. Yeah. I'm being entitled.
I understand that. Like, who am I to say it's crappy of Red Grave to use templates? They can do whatever they want. It still frustrates me though that they're so successful with it. I mean, I can't help it. There's nothing I can do about my feelings.
Well, it's some brands in us are really big and they can get away with anything, and that's the tea.
Yeah.
Some of us can't. I wish I had a big enough brand that I could get away with putting anything out there and people would be pissing all over it. But I think it's 50-50. People do buy stuff because of the brand a lot of times, but
yeah, definitely.
In SL, I think it's more of an ample spectrum because there will be like really obscure brands that will come up with a really great creation and people will still piss themselves over it even though they don't know the brand. It's a bit more impartial, but obviously it still happens and people are still biased to big events and big brands.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Defo.
Okay, we did an hour, but if you want, we can talk about bloggers a little bit.
T-Talk, the best radio show. T-Talk, the best radio show.
We're not going to talk about bloggers right now. This is Ash from the future editing the episode. It went on too long, and we did talk about bloggers, but it went on for like another hour. I'm sure we talked about other stuff, I think. Haven't listened to it yet. I always keep it profesh. But yeah, this is going to be the end of this episode for now. On the next episode, next week, next month, or next year, whenever it comes out. Yeah, you're going to hear the rest of this conversation on our next episode. And I love you guys. Thank you for listening. That's the true tea. Jake's not here. Jake's not recording this with me. So, isn't it better this way? I know. Oh, you didn't have to say that, but I'm glad that you said it. And it's not just me. Okay. I'm interacting with the invisible audience. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thanks you guys for listening to this episode. It was a lot of fun, and I'll see you on the next one. That's the tea. Cue the theme song. That's what Jake would have said, but I'm saying it now. Cue the theme song.
T-Talk, the best radio show. Spilling the tea with Ash and me. T-Talk, the best radio show. Spilling the T-Talk, the best radio show. Spilling the tea with Ash and me.